What's going on, guys? Welcome back, and today I am really excited to get into this video. I have had so much fun making this little diorama. Oh my god, it's been amazing. I've really enjoyed it. It's the Red Gobbo and his little gingerbread friends, or maybe not friends, I don't know. So let's just get into it, but before we do that, we're going to have a quick game of Will It Paint Handle. So let's get our first contender up, and it is the bamboo cocktail stick. Will it paint handle? Yes, yes it will. And in the second round, we've got an oil paint tube of burnt umber. Will it paint handle? Yes, it will. Contestant number 3, come on down. It is the lollipop stick. Will it paint handle? Yes, it will. Contestant number 4 for that score on the door. Will it paint handle? Yes, it will. There we go, guys. That's another round of Will It Paint Handle. That is 4 more to add to your paint handle collections. I just want to take a quick moment now, guys, just to ask that if you enjoy my content, if you can like, comment and subscribe, and please share it, because if you are enjoying it, I'm sure someone else out there will enjoy it as well. So let's get in this apparent Christmas spirit and share Rig's videos around, yeah? Yeah? Right. Cheers, guys. Love you. Right, well, let's finally get into the video and start talking about what we're all here for, and that is the Red Gobbo. As much as I've been trying to tease him, it's probably become quite apparent that I have never studied or really looked into marketing before. These are all learning curves to me. So, this build, I didn't have any idea what I was going to be doing with this build. All I knew is that I wanted the Red Gobbo and Bouncer in there. I wanted to do an ice effect, so using resin, and I wanted to use some trees, because the only trees I've put into my diorama so far have been dead ones or bombed out ones. Yeah, just not, stumps mostly. And every diorama that I do, I like to give myself a bit more experience in different modelling techniques and trying new things, just so that I can learn for the next one. And that's why I always try and sort of push myself to try something new that I haven't tried before. Because if it works, it works. If it doesn't, who cares? It doesn't. I can just go back, try it again. So, with that all being said, let's get into the build and let's see what drove me to such madness in this build. So I started with some of my favourite working material, and that is these MDF A4 sheets of paper. Paper? Not paper. Started off with some of these MDF sheets of MDF. Yeah, that'll do it. Once I'd done that, I split it in half, because I wanted to make a bit of a backboard to this, because I didn't want to make it look like the diorama is just disappearing into nowhere. And it's sort of just a little slice of cake taken out of this little world, this little universe that this Red Gobbo is charging about, having the best time of his life in, and just blowing stuff up and eating the gingerbread men. Probably. I don't know. Would they eat gingerbread men? Comment down below and let me know if you think that this Red Gobbo would be eating the gingerbread men afterwards. So, a little bit of added advice for this next bit. If the advert online makes the item look massive for a really cheap price, they're lying to you, because I thought these clamps were much bigger than they were. So, I'm just improvising here. I'm going to cut some little slots into it so I can get that backboard on. So, I started off by trying to hot glue it in place. That all went very wrong after slicing my finger partly open. Which I do not advise, because that hurt. I'm just getting so beaten up making these dioramas at the moment. I ended up just using white glue to put in place, and turns out worked absolutely fine. I didn't need to do any of this in the first place, and again, lessons learned. It's good to learn these things. Every day is a school day. So while I was waiting for other things to dry and other things to settle, I decided I was gonna paint up my gobbo, and I had a lot of fun painting him actually. It was a really enjoyable experience to paint. Again, I rarely paint orcs, so they're just fun to paint. You can go crazy with them, and this guy especially, you can just be as silly as you want, and it's just such a fun, relaxing experience. So what did I learn from working with these trees? Well, I learnt that I've done things in a slightly weird order, and I won't do certain things again. One, I should have trimmed the bushes before I decided to seal them in with the varnish to stop all the flakes falling off. I also learned I didn't need to put the screws on them. That was just an unnecessary step, which I'd seen in another video from someone else making a gaming board. Now, that's the difference. That was a gaming board. This is a diorama. Not many people are going to be brushing up against these trees, hopefully. So that was a step that I learned that I could have done without, but lesson learned. And I would have put this snow effect on before I did the varnish. So again, lesson learned. But that's fine, and that's what I enjoy about this. This whole process is me learning to get better at this hobby, and hopefully, to show you guys the mistakes that I've made so that you don't make them, and to pass on some tips and tricks that I've got, and just to entertain you guys. I hope that I'm succeeding in at least 2 out of 3 of those. So, but that's the beauty. Where I fail, I learn most, because I then realise where I need to change my strategy for next time, and there's always going to be a next time, because that's why I like doing this stuff. Anyway, so for the base cover, what I'm going to be doing is giving it a nice spray of white ink from the top, not for a zenithal highlight, but to make sure that, well, it's going to be snow, isn't it? So white it is. Once I've done that, I'm going to start slowly adding blue into that white, just to give it that icy feel. And down this bottom part where I'm going to spray a lot more blue, that's going to be where my ice feature is going to be. So I want to give that a bit of depth and a bit of colour variation, so that when the resin goes over the top, it looks like it's a lot deeper than it actually is. Then I'm just going to finish it off with my paintbrush, just mixing it all in, mostly wet blending it, trying to give it that nice feel. You don't have to be too precise with this part, because once we put the resin down, we're going to be scratching it up with, I tried with sandpaper, my sandpaper was too fine, so I just used a nail file to give it that scratched effect. So it looks like the ice has been cracking, people have been walking on it, give it a little bit more emergency, it's not just clear ice. And also, because I'm a special sort of YouTube noob, I might have forgotten to record that part of the build. So, yeah, what are you going to do? Can't turn back time, eh? Yeah, so once we got all the flock down, do the resin, and then put some more flock over that resin. Once you've scratched it up, I tell you what, it's going to look amazing. Enjoy.